Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you are all doing well today. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is, well, maybe we'll fish for a bit. Maybe we can fish. We'll probably need bag space to do that. Let's empty out the bags. Morning, guys.
What can I do for you?
I did move the flags. I'm notoriously lazy, and I forget. Yeah. I would need someone to tell me to move the flags during a time when I was actually able to move the flags. Like, telling me right now is fine, but it's like, I can't stop right now and do it. Someone would have to tell me, like, when I was in downtime. Hey, Robert, move the flags. You lazy SOB. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, I want to move the flags, but it just hasn't happened yet. Did X character die, Marlena? Yeah. I'm waiting for it. I think that after we've been on the Paladin for like a week or so, then everyone will have the general idea that no one else has died. Patrick, good morning.
Greetings.
Did the rogue die? The rogue's not dead. I'll have a rogue video going up tonight. Yep. There will be a rogue video going up in the later PM. What did I need here? Nothing, apparently.
For the Alliance.
Yeah, it's awkward to I'm not going to change it on stream because it's awkward. I have to, like, bend over my shelf, and it's a little bit of it takes about 2.5 to 3 minutes to do it. If I take a break at any point today, which I may not, then maybe I'll do it. Has it been lonely on the Horde side? Yeah. I apologize for that. I'm sure that when I was on Horde side, people on Alliance side felt like it was lonely over here. That's kind of the quandary of having a guild on both servers, you know? Is that depending on where I'm playing, it may feel more or less empty. Autocorrect made Pally into O'Malley. Awesome. Thank you, autocorrect. Marlena, that's exciting. It's not too rough, you know, there's not a lot of spike damage that goes out in Classic. The damage is pretty consistent. Typically, you can let a tank get down to about half HP before you really have to throw like a big heal on them. Not that you should wait for them to get that low, but even if a tank drops to half HP, it's like you throw them a big heal and they're all set. Pair that up with a bubble and they're good to go. We'll do this for a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on it today. My son has early release Thursdays, which means, you know, they let your kid out of school an hour early. So that they can have a little teacher confab. So I have less time today, although I may get out in the early afternoon after I pick him up and get him settled in. We'll see what he wants to do. I can't tell whose bobber is whose. There we go. We're crossing the streams. Oh shit. I thought that would give me a clear view of my bobber, but not really. It gives us a clear view of the Night Elf's elbow. I could move, I guess. Nope. Phlox, you've been watching videos of Makara tournaments. Phlox, we are not doing a guild tournament. I will not watch my people kill each other for cheap entertainment and thrills. I did read something that they're allowing the ears to persist through death. I don't know what that means exactly. I read a little, like a patch note from today or yesterday, and it said that the ears persist through death. I don't get that. I'm not sure what that means. Does it mean that the ears pass like account bound to the next character you make, or what? Three hours to level up and then tournament. Ugh. Sounds brutal. I am not a PvPer. I've basically never been a PvPer. I don't know if I have like a PvP bone in my entire body. And if I do, it got lodged there by accident. It needs to be dug out. You think you can see him in ghost form? Okay. Alright, yeah, as like a trophy. I guess you could still kind of display it or screenshot it as a trophy or something. Okay. Yeah, Mary, that makes sense. They'll follow you into the classic era realms? Why? Why? Who cares? What's the point? So that you can like prance around on the non-hardcore server and like brag about the golden days when you killed 5 people before someone killed you? Is that what it is? I don't really get that. Steven, good morning. Yeah, I'm not a PvPer though, so I lack the capability or the mental apparatus to really care about it, so maybe that's why I don't get it. Maybe if I was a PvPer, I would see why it would be important for those to stick with me. I thought maybe it followed you to create a new character, but yeah, that's not. People don't think that's what it is, and that would be weird to me. That would be weird to me. I would even wonder at the mechanics of it happening. But I don't even know. Are those items, or are they displayed as currency? I guess it would depend on whether they are actual items that stay in your bag, or whether they appear on the currency tab or something. Would determine on whether or not they could just carry them to the next tune. Could I turn the music down? I'd rather not. Is the music too loud? I could tweak it down a little bit for you guys. I'm not going to touch it on my end. Yeah, if anybody else thinks the music is loud besides Rome, give me a shout. I don't want it to be too loud, but I don't want it to be someone's device that's too loud. Yeah. I haven't touched it since yesterday, and no one really complained about it for the 5 hours we were on yesterday. Sometimes it depends on what device you're on. Like sometimes I watch the playback on the TV with my soundbar, and it sounds great. And then I'll watch the playback on like the bedroom TV that doesn't have a soundbar, and it like sometimes parts of it are too loud or too quiet. So a lot of times it depends on if you're listening. I think it depends on if you're listening in surround sound or not. I think when you're listening in mono sound, like certain things are off. Three level 60s in 30 minutes on Defias. Yeah, it's like, you know, servers have been up for a while. It's about time where people who are like leveling at a normal rate but they haven't died are hitting 60. Like, you know, people who can play for like 2 or 3 hours a day and they've been really careful and they haven't gotten several characters killed like I have. Like a lot of those people are hitting 60, yeah. It's pretty impressive. LOL face, hello, good morning to you. Johnny, good morning to you. Yes, yeah, I've never even played on a PvP server. The idea of being somewhere and then having somebody swoop down and gank me, just really, like, it never appealed to me. I don't know. It's probably something wrong with me. And then, like, I guess a lot of times, like, sometimes PvP servers tend to be, like, faction imbalanced anyway. John, you got to 30, you're getting more and more nervous. Yeah. I feel you. I'm ready to not lose any more characters. I'm I'm ready for this to be the first one that we get to 60. And then if we lose a bunch of characters after that, I really won't care as much. But I do need this to be the one, so I'm going to try to be careful and try to keep my wits about me. I'm going to try to look at the game a little bit more. And, like, you know, spend some time thinking about what I'm actually doing in the game. Maybe a couple less alien rants. A couple less retail rants per day, per stream. Could be in order so that I live. Window 24 is your highest so far? Yeah, 27 is my highest so far on unofficial. Like your Pelly's 23 again. Ooh, it was at the threshold last time. You got the 23 when he died. It's always worrisome when you're approaching like the level that you died at last. Marson, what retail characters do I have? I have a max level shaman on the Alliance side on Storm Rage. Yep. Yep, she's a Draenei. One day I might log in and do the Eridar skin questline just to flip her over to Heaven Red skin. That'd be cool, but I'm probably never gonna play retail again until the next expansion comes out. I have absolutely zero interest in retail right now. I read the things about it, and I read about the things that are coming into the game and the new content, and like none of it does anything for me. None of it like makes me want to go check out any of it. It's just like another world event and another currency. Woo! World events. Currency. Oh no, wait, there's a mega world event. Aren't you guys excited that now you get a mega world event? No, we're not. Is that all you got? Yeah. Oh yeah, John, if it weren't for Classic in general, I wouldn't be playing World of Warcraft. I would never have played WoW on this channel if it weren't for Classic in general. And if not for Hardcore, like, I'd probably be playing Wrath right now, but I'd probably be bored AF in reality, you know? And I wouldn't be streaming Wrath. If it weren't for Hardcore, I never would have streamed. Yeah, thank God for Hardcore. Sorry, that was my one retail rant for the day, okay? I did do a retail rant. That was it. Game is boring. World event plus currency does not equal great content. We've seen it a billion times. We're sick of it. Cata Classic coming soon? Summer of 2024. They should push it out soon. Yeah, I think they should be done with Wrath. And maybe they leave a couple of Wrath servers up. You know, for the Wrath Andes out there who really love it. I think they should. I think they should drop ICC and Ruby Sanctum in one patch. They should put in the Heroic ++++ dungeon, get that done. Or, you know, the affixes and the new currency, Sidereal Essence Part 2. And, yeah. I think they should just get through Wrath of the Lich King. Let people kill the Lich King. Let those who care go to the Ruby Sanctum. Farm up a bunch of gear that they will then replace with greens when the Cataclysm happens. And they should pull a BC at this point, and just get it done, you know. But they're probably not going to. You'll see a Cataclysm announcement at BlizzCon, which means that the earliest you will get Cataclysm is like what? Maybe you would get it in like February, but I don't think so. I think it's gonna be summer. Yeah, you'd hope. You know what? The thing is, Anubis. The reason why I don't think that'll happen is because you have to remember that Blizzard already promised us a new season of Classic Era by the end of the year. So they're not gonna. There's another 60. They're not gonna double up Cata launch anytime around a new season launch for Classic Era. You know what I mean? So let's say we get a new season. In December, okay? Let's say they announce it at BlizzCon, it's coming soon, it's 4 weeks out, get super hyped. Let's say people are interested in the season. The people were interested in Season of Mastery for about 3 months. After 3 months, people were pretty much done with it, and the servers were dead. No one was playing it. So let's say it lasts 3 months, then we have January, February, March. I think the earliest you're going to see Cata Classic is going to be March or April. But I do think that they'll try to hold off until summer, depending on when they plan on launching 11.0. You know, because we're finding out now that 10.2 is probably going to be the last major patch of Dragonflight, which is kind of shocking. Now they'll do a 10.25 and a 10.27, but yeah, it looks like 10.2 will be the last major patch. So it could be that you even get a 11.0 sooner than you might expect. So yeah, it all depends. We'll know all these answers by like November 23rd. We'll have all the dates, and we'll know all the things. So yeah. Marson, I have no idea how you would go about that, except maybe contacting Blizzard, putting in a ticket, but if it's that you can't log into the account, they might be able to help you with that to verify you and get you in. If you have access to the account and those characters just are not there, then there's probably nothing they're going to be able to do. Yeah, I have a couple characters from like back on the Dalaran server in Classic Era. My very first level 60, I can't find him on the account he should be on. I can't find him on any of my accounts. I have the other characters that I played with him, like I have my level 29 mage, my level 25, or my level 25 mage, my level 29 hunter. So I know what account he should be on, but he just doesn't exist. And I have no idea what happened to him. And yeah, I can't find him. He was my first 60. And he's gone. He's just gone. Alright, what are we at here? I think we fished for probably long enough. Yeah, we've been capped out for a while, you know, no big deal. Just we don't need skill ups. Who needs skill ups? Who needs effing skill ups, you know? Let's borrow their fire here so we can cook some stuff. Once we get to 50, we can learn the Longjaw Mud Snappers. Yeah, Marson, the only thing is like if you knew the email that it was associated with, they might be able to help you get back into the account. You'd probably have to remember the email you linked it to, have access to that email, and remember some of your security questions, like what is your mother's maiden name? What school did you go to? Shit like that you would have filled out so long ago that you probably don't even know what you might have put. I had a bad habit of putting like joke answers. I would put joke answers for my security questions, and then when push came to shove, I couldn't remember them. I lost my original Final Fantasy XIV account like that, because I not only put in a joke answer, I think I put in a joke birthday because I was a effing idiot. And I can't remember what faux birthday I put in, and I couldn't remember what joke answers I put in for the security questions. So yeah, I lost access to my original like OG FF14 account due to that. It sucked. I had a priest on there who I had a priest on there who a white mage who I played when the game was actually an MMO, who got leveled up like the old-fashioned way. Anubis, you think they keep a tune that was 80 plus but probably nothing below that? Yeah, maybe. That could have been what happened to my warrior, I don't know. Yeah, losing access to like an account in an MMO really sucks. Even if you were never going to play those characters again, as soon as you realize you can't access them again, it's like, you feel really bad. Like, maybe I would have played again. Alright, we can finally make all of these. 31 of them. We're going to have to stop and go train cooking to the next rank. Damn, Robert, that's impressive. You still have your first pally from 10505. That's, yeah. And I wish I had my warrior. I'm always like really sad when I go to look and I like, yeah, he's gone. He's not there. I wonder if like, maybe, I don't think I would have deleted him. I checked every server I had characters on, like, I don't know what happened to him. No idea. Maybe I did, maybe I transferred him somewhere, maybe somewhere along the way he got deleted, I don't know. How are we digging the Alliance server? I'm really liking it. I'm really having a good time on the Paladin. And the Alliance server seems to be a little bit more populated than Skullrock. Even with layering in the evening especially, we're able to see more people. So it's been a pretty good time. Yeah, I prefer Alliance. I spent most of my life playing Horde, just like because my friend was there, my guild was there. They never wanted to play Alliance, so I had my fill of Horde over time, you know. And there are still Horde zones that I enjoy a lot. Like I really do like the Barrens.
Safe travels.
But there are Horde zones that I really detest. Like I really can't stand Duratar. The Echo Isles are nice, but I really can't stand Duratar questing. Mulgore questing is very pretty, but someone described it the other day accurately as saying it was very flat. Like the questing experience is very flat, and I tend to agree with that. It's like it's kind of boring. It's a pretty zone, but the questing is flat and boring. I could have made the rest of those, I guess, after training, but it's fine. We'll get them later. Okay, so we need to go back and turn in Princess. After that, we're going to run to Sentinel Hill. We're not going to do any questing in Westfall yet. We're going to go back to Dunmorrow, and we have some lower level stuff there to finish up. But I want to run over, I want to pick up the low level quest and do some of the breadcrumb stuff over in Westfall first. That way we have them in our log so we can track what level they're at, and we can get some of the breadcrumb stuff out of the way. Phlox feels like he got baited and switched. He thought I was a Horde player. I catfished you. I do play Horde, and we will play more Horde. I simply have like a more relaxing, a more cathartic, more enjoyable time with the early Alliance questing. So yeah, I'm not never playing Horde. I have my mage, and eventually I'll be in the mood for that shaman too that we started up.
Need help?
I just needed a break from Duratar because I kind of don't like it.
Farewell.
I love the Barrens.
Be careful.
Robert Zuljan is my Horde server as well in retail. That was the last server that I raided on with my guild back in BFA. Okay, that's done. Let's head back to the road. Yeah, JJ, it's really nice, like, for people who haven't played a lot of one faction or the other. It can be a really nice change of pace. Yeah. That's why typically, back on Bloodsail Buccaneers, when we were doing hardcore over there, I would typically faction jump whenever we died. If we got killed, I would play the opposite faction. Because it was like, it's just a refresh, you know? What we did on Official is we kind of stuck to Horde. Like, pretty hard. And so by doing that, I got burned out of that early leveling. You know, by the time we did 3 characters through the early leveling, back to back to back, the first warrior, the mage, the second warrior, like, I couldn't turn around and do it again. I needed to look at different colors and click on different things. Yeah, Marcin, you might be able to get them back, or you know, you might have to make new memories. Yeah, like I said, I've lost characters too. I've lost accounts, and so I get it. I get that it sucks. Sometimes it can help you out, but like ultimately, like I said, if you have access to the original email that the account is tied to, and you can answer your security questions, then they can help you recover the account.
Good day to you.
But if it's an issue where you have access to the account and the characters are just gone, then that's something different.
See you
Also,
later.
if you don't remember the email and you don't remember your security questions, like how I found out, then that's kind of on you, you know? I never was able to recover my FF14 account. Support couldn't help me because I
Safe
couldn't answer a
travels.
single security question correctly. So, like, how could they give me access to the account, you know? I couldn't even answer the birthday correctly because I was stupid, and I think I effed up and put, like, 1-1 instead of 122. I think I just went 1-1. But, yeah. And so, yeah, but ultimately I had to acknowledge, like, that not knowing the security questions was on me. It wasn't their fault that I couldn't answer any of them. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do any of this. We could look for some sacks of oats, but let's not. I just want to do the breadcrumb stuff. We have a friend who we will deal with. Anubis, your son is 122? Awesome. That's a coincidence. Aquarius. Yeah. Robert, they tell you that without basic info you have to create a new account. Yeah. Yeah, like if you don't know the information, you know, there's really nothing they can do. Otherwise it'd be easy just to steal people's accounts, you know. Ra, good morning, man. Welcome to the stream.
King's honor, friend. Light bless
I'm gonna
you.
grab all this stuff. Like, we're not gonna do it now, but we should have room enough in our logs to kind of keep some of it and keep track of it.
Can I help you?
I want to grab the stuff up here so when we fly back later, we don't have to run up here to get these
See you
quests.
around. Have a
The
good
ones
one.
at Sentinel Hill proper, I'll probably leave those alone.
Safe travels.
But I'm gonna grab all this stuff.
Be careful. Well met. Farewell.
Yeah, we're on Alliance. Yeah, we're going on Paley, so we didn't have a choice, you know. If Blood Elves were in the game, and if we could have done a Blood Elf Paladin, I probably would have done that, you know.
Need help? For the Alliance, light bless you.
Alright, I'm not gonna
Be
do
careful.
any of that stuff.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, we're not gonna do anything here right now.
See you around.
You have patrolling west. So I thought there was a breadcrumb that like led back to Stormwind. I thought one of these guys had like a little breadcrumb quest, but maybe they don't have it yet. Alright, so now we are going to go back over to Loch Madan. We have a few cave-related quests that we need to do. So that's the plan. Yeah, Droid, the warrior died a few days ago. We were in a cave in Ashenvale.
What can I do?
And not only was I overconfident, I made a couple of critical mistakes.
See you.
Yeah. Yep, the warrior's gone. Rip second warrior, long live the paladin. I feel like I'm much more confident that we're not going to get killed on this class. Yeah, the VODs are all up, man. Yeah, the VODs go live as soon as the stream ends. You can even like rewind the current VOD, I think. Yep, check the live section of the page. It was it'll be the last one that's like titled, you know, it might have a shaman thumbnail on it, because we turned around and started the shaman that day. So look for the one that's Shaman Episode 1. I'm pretty sure the beginning of that is the end of the warrior. It's hard to break them out with proper thumbnailing if I switch characters like mid-stream, you know? But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Shaman Episode 1, the beginning, the very first like 20 minutes of that should have the warrior's death, if you want to see what happened. 4 minutes in, shit, really, Robert? I was like 20 minutes. You're like, no, you didn't get that far. 4 minutes? Really? No. 14. Oh, thank God. I was like, we ranted about NFL for a long time. It had to be more than 4 minutes. That scared me. But 14 minutes was really soon into the stream. Oh man, no wonder I had a rough day that day. Yeah, it was soon. I thought it was like 20 minutes. Yeah, it wasn't long into the stream. We had started at Zoramgar. We had run to the cave. We had fought into the cave, and then I pulled the whole cave. So yeah, it was about 14 or 20 minutes. Yeah, I was just killing stuff. It was green. I was talking my head off about not game related shit, even like, you know, just talking about the NFL like I ought to not be. The rant. Oh yeah. Stay tuned for like the rant about layering afterwards. Part of why we died was that there was no other players in the cave, even though there were hundreds of players in the zone. On our layer, there was no one else around. And that's not why I died, but it contributed to me not being able to be saved by anybody or helped in any way. When you know you're playing a massively multiplayer game and there's 0 people in your layer, it can contribute to death. It makes the game a little bit more challenging when you're playing it as a single player game. No, Lost One, of course not. Of course not. What I'm saying is, like, with other players, there could have been a chance. There could have been a chance, because the point of the game is that it's a fucking MMORPG. If you don't know, the first part is massively. The second part is multiplayer. Let's say it with me now. Massively. Multiplayer. Massively. You get it? You get it. You guys all get it. Yeah, it's massively multiplayer. It's not massively multiplayer, but we phase everyone off so you play it like a single player game. Go. It's not. He's ranting again. Oh no, it's happening. I like to rant. And sometimes I'm gonna do it. Especially when someone says something irrelevant and pointless. That is besides the point. The quickest way to get a rant is to say something that's besides the point. That's like point adjacent, but way off the mark still. And I will rant. Yeah, and if you don't like it, you can take off. Because it's going to happen sometimes. I'm not going to stop it when I feel it, you know what I mean? When I feel it, I'm going to let it fly. Right, like look at the name. Right. No, it's fine. It's just that small bit. I'm good now. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't sugarcoat anything. That's what pisses people off. When I get to ranting, I don't sugarcoat stuff. I don't have a habit of doing that at all. I did a lot of sugarcoating and like political phrasing when I worked in corporate. And I taught classes in corporate for a long time. And I'm not teaching a corporate class here with you guys. I'm playing a video game that I love. When you love something, you have what are called strong emotions about it. When you actually love a thing, you have strong emotions. And for me, when I have strong emotions, I like to be able to express them. You know, that's kind of the point. Part of the point of the streams for me is to talk about the game with you guys. But not everyone likes that. You know, people do not like all of my opinions. And people don't like the way that I rant sometimes. And if that's fine, if you're that person, then the streams aren't for you. Because every once in a while, you're going to run into one of those rants. Yeah, Clint, we called that being straightforward, but even within... And I ended up being too straightforward at work for most people. Yeah, we had corporate attributes, and like straightforward was supposedly one of them that was valued. Except, they didn't really want you to be blunt. And I found that out after a while. Towards the end of my of my career with them, I kind of found out that like they didn't really want you to be as straightforward as I was sometimes. They wanted you to like, especially when you had to tell them that some shit wasn't gonna work. You would tell them it wasn't gonna work and you'd explain why it wasn't gonna work. But what they really fucking wanted was they just wanted you to make it work. And if it wasn't gonna work perfectly, they just wanted you to keep your mouth shut about it and do the best you could. They didn't want you to articulately explain why their masterfully crafted plans were gonna fucking fail. They didn't want that. Or why their bright idea was actually a stupid idea because you had tried it 3 different times in your 10-year career and you had watched it not work out all 3 of those times. Like, they didn't want to hear reality often, a lot of the time. Corporations, yeah. There's a difference between being straightforward and being an ass. No shit. You see how I just replied to you? That was being an ass. Yeah, that's not how I was at corporate. No, I fucking understood like how to phrase shit in a certain way. But what happened is that like when I see something is wrong or broken and somebody asks my opinion on it, I would give them all the details on why it was a bad or broken idea. And I would lay it out very calmly and very articulately, and I'd provide all the details. And what happened was I provided so many details and was so articulate that like, you know, they couldn't proceed sometimes, or they would have to proceed under the new reality that the shit they were going to do wasn't going to work. Yeah. If I had just been an asshole, it would have been easy to dismiss me. You know? Oh, Rob's just a hothead. Things will work out fine. It would have been, if I was just an asshole, it would have been easy to dismiss the things that I said. And being an asshole hardly ever convinces anybody of anything, you know? Yeah, the music is loud in the cities. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. We're in the yellow. I like the music to peak into the yellow, but to like mainly stay in the green. There we go. That looks okay. Johnny, you fired yourself. I'm letting you go. Yeah, exactly what Clint said. The way I talk on the stream is a non-corporate way. Yeah. Like the way I handle rants and the way I handle shutting down people's stupid thoughts on the stream and their incorrect ideas is a very non-corporate way of doing it. And I do it that way now because it's more natural to me and it's more honest, and because I spent so much time not doing it that way. You know, it's like a relief to be able to communicate honestly and completely transparently with all the words that I want to use, even if sometimes those words are expletives. Yeah. I'm just rude. That's true. I am sometimes very rude. Yeah, absolutely. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. I can be rude. If I think the thing you said is dumb, well, then you're probably going to feel like I'm being rude to you because no one wants to be told that they're dumb. But guess what? Sometimes people say dumb shit. It happens. And it's okay. You can be dumb and I can be rude and we can still carry on, you know? There's no problem with it. Are we ever going to see the Alliance banner hanging in the background? Son of a... Okay. Okay, you know what? You know what? You want to see the Alliance banner? Okay, okay, okay. You're going to see the Alliance banner. Here we go. Here we go. Got mods, you know what to do. Loosen the band hammers, okay? This is going to take me a minute. I want you to check the sheath. Make sure it's loose. Hope you oiled the leather so it slides out easily. And yeah, you know what to do. I'm gonna go camera dark here. I'm gonna get this done. It's gonna get done right now. It has been done. You asked for this. Alright, let's get going. Let's see. We want to head all the way out to the east, actually. We don't have anything left to do over here. Oh, you guys didn't even have to swing it while I was gone, did you? Oh, wait, you did. Okay, good. Good job. Okay, let's go. I like the Alliance banner more anyway. It's more like clean cut, like it's more easily recognizable at a glance. When the Horde banner is there, like it takes a while sometimes for someone to realize that it's the Horde banner that's there. It's like an optical illusion. It's like a Rorschach ink blot. Like they see it after a minute. Oh, that's the Horde banner. But like everyone recognizes the Alliance banner instantly. It's so much more clean as a graphic. Yeah, the lines are crisper, the color contrast is crisper. The red and black all kind of fades together anyway. And then like the design of the Horde logo is kind of like splotchy and sketchy. And it just kind of, yeah, it doesn't pop as well. I prefer having the Alliance banner up. But then when I'm playing Horde for too long, people are like, hey, don't you got a Horde banner? I'm like, yeah, I do. Flock says / disagree. Disagree. Big untrue. I need a hardcore banner? Yeah, I should look at some other banners. I have the faux wall behind me, the gray walling back there. I could probably hang a banner back on that wall and it might be like the perfect size to cover up that gray panel. And it might actually be visible back there. It's not I should look for one more banner and I could put it right back there behind me. Maybe we could do the Elite Quest. I usually do it at level 14. Maybe we'll just wait. We'll wait and see if we hit 14 here. If we manage to hit 14 here, then... a sexy Dwarf Paladin pinup banner. If I could find one. If you could find me one on Amazon. That's like that's like PG-13 rated. Then yes. Absolutely. Andrew, the Horde is better for PvE because of racials? Probably, yeah. I hardly ever make decisions in my video games based on what is mathematically better. Yeah, I hardly ever make decisions based on that. Which is why I'm not a good WoW player, because you had to be a pro WoW player, you have to make all of your choices based on what is numerically best. At least in like modern WoW you do. What number character am I now? We got one warrior killed at 18. We got the next warrior killed at level 27. And now we're on a paladin. We've played a bit of a mage. And we've played a little bit of a shaman. But that's it. Sometimes between character deaths, I jump on another character right away. I did it with the mage, and I did it again with the shaman. Just to get something going, just to be playing the game while I'm thinking about what I really want to focus on next. And so we did that with the mage, and then I re-rolled the warrior. And then we had the day where we jumped on the shaman for a bit, and then I decided that I really wanted to go on a pally. So yeah, those characters are still alive, the mage and the shaman. They're on the bench, and they'll get dusted off someday. They might be like my cooldown characters, who like if I get a main character killed, they might be the characters that I jump on to have like that cooldown period before I figure out what I'm gonna do next, whether I'm gonna stick with the same class or do something else. You know, not that this character's ever gonna die, because I really don't know how they would, but we'll see. Immortal, you just got to Outland from like the old world stuff? Yeah, I'm assuming you're playing Wrath of the Lich King? Yeah, it's a big jump in gear. We had a saying back then when Burning Crusade first came out, there was a saying that was the green is the new purple. Because you would go into Outland and you would replace a lot of the epics you had. Not all of them right away, but eventually you would be replacing all of your epics with greens. Yeah, green is the new purple. Even paladins can be ganked. Yeah, no, yeah, obviously. Anything can get killed, you know. The fact that I got a rep paladin to level 47 in solo self-found kind of gives me hope that we'll at least be able to get a paladin to 47 in official hardcore. So,
off with you.
Yeah. I've done it once already on a server that made it harder, and we never died. We never died. It just got so tedious not being able to find any gear that I retired the character.
Safe travels.
So it's not like I got to 47 and died. The character probably could have went all the way if I could have ever found a weapon to use. If I could have gone to the auction house and just plopped my 80 gold down on some amazing weapons, we could have kept going. Yeah, you can. When you go into Outland at level 58, you can feel really weak for a while. 60 is kind of the ideal level to go if you can make yourself like grind it out to get to that point. But if you can't get to 60, shopping on the auction house for some like level 57, 58 gear before going into Outland is a decent idea. Especially if you're melee, like buying yourself a level 57, 58 green weapon could be huge. If you're going to go into Outland right at 58, which yeah, mostly you do. Yeah, we do have a cave. Yeah, we're going to do a little cave action. These guys are like, they're a lower level. The problem is, like, the problem that it's always been recently with caves, like, I could stand to have a few more people here in this layer with me. Would make me feel like super safe. On Bloodstone Buccaneers, you're all in the same layer, there's always people around. It made caves and shit a lot safer. We got one guy, we got a level 12 human mage. So we will make the most of this. I don't really, like, I don't need to group up with him. We could, we don't need to. I just need him here to, like, make things a little bit safer. Yeah, the Trogs run. We have a stun, we can stun them if they're gonna pull a bunch of people. He didn't get to run. Warwick, what level am I shooting for today? I don't aim for levels, man. I play as much as I can play in the day. I play as much as I can play. Today might be a little bit of a shorter stream. My son has early release Thursdays. Because everybody wants to pick their kid up early, one day out of every week. You know what I really liked? I liked when my kid had a late start. In Missouri, they do, instead of doing early releases, they did late start. Which means you and your kid got to sleep in for an extra hour. Instead of having to pick your kid up early from school, you just got to sleep in. And I like late start better than early release. Late start was something I could look forward to. Like early release is like, oh god, I gotta stop everything an hour earlier today. Johnny, hey, that's good to learn, man. Listen, the best time to play a class is when you are missing it. That's why I ended up back on the Pally. Because that little seed that was growing resulted in me feeling like, I was like, damn, I just missed being on a Paladin. And so, yeah, that's what got me to jump back on the Pally, and I'm having a great time. So if you're having like reflections about your druid and you're like, damn, I missed that. Like, get back on a druid, man. Absolutely. That's a good sign. Clint's like, I thought you went back to the Paladin because we bullied you into it. No, you guys supported it. Yeah, Clint, I get that. My wife reminds me of that too. She's like, you know, people can't start work late, but sometimes they can get out early. Yeah, I think that it screws people no matter what. Like, to me, I'm like, if you have to work a 9-to-5 job, is it easier for you to leave early than it is to go in late? Is that like more acceptable? I mean, I never would have had a problem at my job unless I was teaching class, because we were able to like flexibly work from home whenever we wanted. So like, it would not have been a big deal for me to come in a little bit late. It would not have been a big deal for me to leave early. But that's a very privileged like position to be in. I worked on a very good team with very good bosses who were like super understanding and didn't really care if we were at the office or at home when we weren't teaching classes. But I wonder if it's easier for people to like leave their job early to get their kid, or if it's easier to like start their job late. I guess it's probably easier to leave early for most people. Oh, you think it's easier in the afternoon to get someone else to pick them up? It's not that they can even leave their job. It's not that they can even start late. It's just that maybe it's easier to have a family. Oh, we never had people like that in life. Yeah, when we lived in Missouri, we didn't have family. Like, we didn't have close friends that could pick up our son. Well, when we lived in Missouri for 8 years, it was just us. And so like, one of us had to leave work to go get him, and we worked for the same company. So yeah, like, I guess that's the part I miss about, like, other people have families that can help them with stuff. close acquaintances who they can trust with their child. Like, yeah, we didn't have that in Missouri after moving there from Michigan. There were no grandmas or grandpas or aunts or uncles or close friends for those years. So I guess that's the part that I miss when I'm considering it. Yeah, the school has buses. Yeah. But then sometimes someone still has to be home if they're not working from home, you know. And I feel like if you can leave it, it's probably generally easier to get off early. Yeah. But I also feel like, I don't know, if you're working a job and you have an established schedule, and you know, like, every Thursday your kid has a late start or your kid has an early release, I feel like, you know, your employer should probably just work with you on that. I don't know. Imagine that. Imagine a world where like everyone's boss would just be like, yeah, just come in late. Fuck it. Yeah, it does depend on the age of the kids whether someone has to be there or not. But anyway, that's today. I got on this long rant about this. Yeah, suffice to say, today is going to be a shorter stream. Today I have a hard stop a little bit after 2 o'clock instead of having a hard stop a little bit after 3 o'clock. It's just a different day. What I might do is, depending on what my son wants to do after school, I might jump back on for a couple hours before dinner. A lot of times when he's been in school all day, he wants to like run off to his room and have like alone time. You know, he wants to veg out, play some Pokemon, get on his tablet. Like, sometimes he doesn't really want to do a lot of stuff, which, you know, makes sense. He's probably a little bit of an introvert like I am. And then being around people all day at school, it probably gets like tiresome by the end of the day. So sometimes he likes to just kind of retreat to his room. And if it's one of those days, maybe I'll get on for a bit and play. Yeah, I was the same way when I taught corporate classes. It was bad. Like, when I came home from teaching class, if I was teaching class like from home and not on the road, like, yeah, I didn't even want to talk to anybody. I didn't want anyone to talk to me for a while. Like, it was like not a good place to be when you're coming home to a wife and a son. To like feel like, yeah, I did all my talking. I did all my humaning. I'm exhausted and I don't want to interact. But that was kind of how I was. And I was probably that way in my youth too. When I get home from school, I would just, you know, go turn on my PlayStation or something and veg out, go get on my bike and go for a ride. Yeah, humaning. The humaning is the act of doing the expected human things that other people force upon you. That's what I call humaning. Any activity that society has thrust upon you that you might not otherwise do by yourself in a vacuum is humaning. Going to school, doing the worksheets, singing in music class, going to your job, you know, filling out the spreadsheets, filing the TPS reports, anything like that is humaning. You're humaning. You're doing the act of being a human. I say act because, I don't know, most of us are human. New word for work, humaning. It's just like I said, the word for anything that you have to do that you might not otherwise do in a vacuum if society did not impress it upon you. That is humaning. There's a rare up top in this cave that can drop a good one-handed weapon. Sounds like a reason to get me deeper and deeper and deeper into the cave. Just saying. Are there any... Yeah, I need one more guy. I mean, I'm kind of fine with this cave. This cave is not really bothering me very much, to be honest. But yeah, you guys see how, like, with layering though, it's like we're playing a single player game. I should talk about layering more in times when it's like super apparent or super appropriate. Like, no people here. Oh, okay, so in my layer, guys, there's no one in this mine but me. Okay? Yeah, there's nobody here. 0. What are the odds that 0 people are here? I didn't know it could search mines like that. That's interesting. So yeah, I have nobody here. Which is not like what you would have experienced back on Bloodsail Buccaneers or Hydraxine Waterlords. Like, there would be some people in this cave. But yeah, there's nobody in this cave. Mark, you like the banner shift? I got bullied into doing it today, yeah. I had forgot to do it last night and finally I got bullied into changing it. Clint, do you think nobody on the servers here in any layer? Shit, that would be weird though, right? That would be weird. I mean, it's noon on a Thursday, sure. When I did a /who and done Moro, it was like 50 or more. I guess there's a chance there could be 50 or more people and none of them are in the cave. Yeah, maybe. /who transcends layer, yeah. Does it in a cave though? I thought the /who for inside of inns and inside of caves was a little bit weird. Because I know there's a /who that looks when you're inside of an inn, it does a /who for the inn. And for some reason I thought there was something wonky about those /whos. Like somebody said that they didn't really work, or something like that when we did the /who in the Redshire Inn, or in the Lakeshire Inn the one time. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought someone told me that like the /who inside the inns didn't work, and that kind of reminds me of like doing the /who here and like, okay, like nobody in the mine. Possibly, it's possible, I guess. No rare spawn, unfortunately. Nobody here. I don't want to jump down there. Yeah, either way. It's lonely in this cave. It's lonely. We should probably think about getting out of here now. We didn't find the rare. We have the quest completed. Let's fight our way out. There weren't any trogs back there. Yeah, at least the respawn rate isn't like super fast, you know. He says, and then gets a hyper spawn dropped on him. Oh, okay, the respawn rate's kind of fast. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't mind the kill XP, absolutely. So that's why I didn't mind coming back and checking for the rare. Yeah, the kill XP is king. I'll loot my guy back here. If I want to loot my guy, I gotta kill the guy again. Alright. Yep, I changed the flags. See, people notice the Alliance flag. I'll get out of here one day. Yeah. Another person. Let's see if they're on the /who. Nah, I proved it. I fucking proved it. Slash who is broke in the caves. Slash who's fucking broke in the caves. Slash who does not work in the caves. It doesn't transcend layers. It doesn't look at your layer. It doesn't work. There is a person right here named Amari. And Amari's not showing up on our slash who, even though Amari is level 12 in the Golbalar mine. This is proof. You can clip it. Go ahead and clip it. Slash who doesn't work. It doesn't work in the mines. Just like it doesn't really work in the inns. Proof. Actual proof. She's not here. But she's here, you know? And who knows how many people are here on different layers. Big true. I just scienced that shit. That's called evidence. Incontrovertible, undeniable evidence. Captured right here on the stream, guys. Yeah, see, Stompy says it only works for the greater zone. Yep, we had that problem in the inn the one time. I accidentally did a slash who in the Red Ridge Inn, and someone was like, "Yeah, it doesn't work in inns. You're in the inn." I was like, "Oh, damn." Inventory's full. Yes, it is. Sad state of affairs. We have a full inventory. I think there might be a vendor out here with these quest givers. I'm not sure. Sorry, I got a little excited there about being right. Everyone likes to be right. I had a feeling I was right. Yeah, there were some people working their way in there. Maybe, you know what, I bet a lot of people, maybe they stay at the mouth of the cave, do you think? Like, they don't want to risk the biscuit because they're not an awesome paladin like we are. And so they get scared, and so they stay at the front of the cave. That's probably what happened, yeah. Only one person was ballsy enough to, like, come into the cave. Yeah, if I do slash who now, it's gonna check Dunmorrow. Yeah, see, Dunmorrow 10 to 16, 50 people. Let's do Dunmorrow 10 to 11. fucking one level range, guys. And there's more than 50 people. So yeah, on multiple layers, there probably were more people in that cave. Judging by just the sheer amount of humanity that's playing here on Defias Pillager server in Dunmorrow right now. One level range, more than 50 people. Yeah, this server is popping. The server is like, I think the population overall is much higher on Defias Pillager. And it's probably because more people do play Alliance, like, in general.
Hi.
Or it could be a time zone thing, because Defias Pillager is Eastern time zone. Skullrock is Western time zone. I'm not sure like how the player base is really split between the two, but it could be that. None of you guys are vendors? Hold on. No. You're not a vendor. Weaponsmith. Yeah, there had to be one.
I have the finest wires in the
Alright, we can get rid of that. We can get rid of this. Tough jerky I don't need. Don't need this. They have a fire here. I could cook some fish. I could do that. And then we can either keep it to eat or we can sell it. We don't need the okra and stuff. I could save it for Westfall. I'm not gonna save it. We'll farm it up. We need the kill XP anyway. I'm not gonna save it. I need the inventory space more. All right, let's do a couple of things.
See you soon.
Stompy, you thought you saw a stat that said more people were playing Hardcore Classic right now than are playing Retail, but it was based on some random add-on because Blizz doesn't release numbers. Yeah, it's right. Yeah, though, absolutely. No, we don't have numbers for how many people play, like, just play Retail, but we have numbers on how many people, like, actually defeat bosses and shit like that. And the number of people that are defeating bosses and shit like that is half of what it was in Shadowlands, half of what it was during what people would say was the worst expansion. Dragonflight playership is down by half, and it's a quarter of what it was during BFA. And that's why we're only getting 2 major patches for Dragonflight. Because at this point, they would have to justify financially a 3.0 patch, and they're not going to. They're going to do 10.2, 10.25, 10.27, and then Dragonflight is done. Yep. Damn, pinned comment. Unpinned message. Thank you, I appreciate that. That could have stayed up all day. Yes, yeah, Dragonflight as a game, and especially as content cadence release schedule, is a billion times better than Shadowlands. What happens when you make multiple shitty expansions in a row that people don't like and don't resonate with is that people don't come back to the game. They leave the game and they don't come back. And that's what happened. Like, a lot of people were not happy with BFA, and so they're like, okay, Shadowlands. Nobody was happy with Shadowlands except the 7 people who liked it. And so a lot of people just simply did not come back from the Shadowlands. Surprisingly, a lot of us died in the Shadowlands as far as being a player is concerned, and we didn't come back. We never came back from that, you know? And yeah, you can't release shitty expansion after shitty expansion, underwhelming expansion after underwhelming expansion. Doing the same things that players are saying they're kind of sick of over and over again, like bolt-on power progression, and you can't keep doing that and then expect your numbers to magically rebound one day. They're not going to. Your player base is going to shrink, and that's exactly what happened. And so now they're putting out a lot of great content for people who like Dragonflight, but the people who like Dragonflight are like 200 people. So, yeah. And then Blizzard had all like the personal shit that happened. You know, they had some really bad behavior. Yeah, they got some really bad behavior cast right into the public light. They continually seem to do things that don't make sense or continue with things that the player base does not like. And so as you build up negative sentiment for your game, less people are going to play it. You're definitely not going to draw new people in when there's a lot of negative sentiment towards the direction of the game, you know? And so yeah, and so Dragonflight's going to end with 10.2.7, and then they can try again. They got Chris Metzen like showing up at the office and giving like moral support, like cheerleading the staff, I guess. I don't really know what his role is, but he's not an employee of Blizzard, so they gave him a key card. He can come and go as he pleases. So maybe 11.0 will actually feel like Warcraft, and maybe, you know, for it to pull people back in who have left. The game has to actually feel like Warcraft. If you want people to come back from playing Classic and you want them to give retail another shot, then you have to make a game that actually feels like Warcraft. So like, who knows if they can actually do that or not at this point. The best shot they have is just listening to whatever Metzen says, but Metzen's only one guy. I would prefer they pull in some more guys. Like, can we get Ghostcrawler back? Can he come in the same capacity that Metzen did? Can we get a few of the old guard who have not been revealed to be complete scumbags to come back and kind of coach the younger generation on what it means for a game to feel like Warcraft? Because that's what it really needs to be. Hardcore has its own appeal, but even if we're talking about just Classic Era, I bet there are more people playing Classic Era than are playing Dragonflight on a daily basis, especially as hours logged in go. Even if we're not necessarily just talking about Hardcore, even if we're talking about just Classic Era, I feel like there are more people playing Classic Era than are playing retail, and it's because the game is more understandable. Everything you do in the game matters from level 1. You don't ever feel like you're wasting your efforts because new content is about to come out in 2 months that's going to invalidate everything you've done to this point. Yeah. They've got a lot of work to do. They have to make some pretty significant changes to the way retail feels in order for it to feel like an MMORPG, and in order for it to actually feel like a World of Warcraft MMORPG especially. Yeah, Classic is about journey before destination, which is a sentiment that like more and more people are feeling and appreciating these days. Like, no one wants to be told that nothing matters until you get to endgame, and then what happens is, even if you accept that and you say, okay, nothing I do matters till endgame, then you get to endgame and you do the endgame stuff, and then before you know it, there's a bunch of catch-up progression in the new patch that lets people get that gear a lot easier that you worked your ass off for. And it's not a long time. It's like every 3 months. Every 3 months, most of your efforts are being invalidated. And nobody likes that. That's too fast of a turnaround for all your gear to be junk, for like players to be able to get your same gear super easily now with all the catch-up mechanics. And the stuff they're doing for content, it's like, how many fucking world event things can they do? Like, we've had the Legion invasions for a long time, the Scourge invasions. Like, where they come and they take over a zone and things in the zone change and there's a boss and the boss drops a gear or a token. How many times can you just do world events as content for a patch and have people like excited and happy about it? It just isn't really fun content, and it gets worse and worse when like every patch there's a new little world event that you're supposed to run off and do every 15 minutes or every half hour, and maybe there will be an open world boss that 700 players can hit, lag the server out, you come back in, the boss is dead, you got some gear. That's not compelling gameplay for an MMORPG. A journey would be compelling gameplay, but they have taken the journey out of the game. And unless they find a way to put the journey back in it, I don't think retail is going to pull back the people that it lost. I think it's going to do a really, really good job at maintaining the people that it has. And that's what Dragonflight has done. Dragonflight retention is through the roof.
Good.
All 400 people who like the game are playing it consistently. But they're not going to increase player numbers with the way they're designing the game right now. All they're going to do is retain people. Yeah, retail has become about, retail is for the people that like the endgame instance content. Whether you want to do arenas, or rated battlegrounds, or Mythic Plus, or raids. Like, retail is only for people who only want to do those things. Retail is not for people that want to play an MMORPG and have a big compelling journey in a beautiful open world, meeting NPCs, solving local problems, and just having a grand old time. Like, that's not who the game is for. And since the game no longer appeals to those people, you have less people playing it, and more people playing Classic. It's a pretty simple equation. And like, the only way they're gonna get those people back and keep them is if they can make the game feel like a journey again. I don't know how they do that. I can't even speculate on how they would do that, because I don't know if it's possible. Damn, retail rant again. It's okay. Ranting is fine when I'm just traveling around. If I have to fight anything, I'll shut up. I like to think of it more as a discussion. I do try to engage with your guys' thoughts too. I try to think of it as an open discussion. But yeah, ranting again. Big surprise. Who remembers? Pepperidge Farms remembers. Oh, that's creepy. Why? I meant at that point in time I wasn't going to rant about retail. Yeah, I just meant right then in that moment I wasn't going to do it. Robert, you said today. Oh.
You got my attention.
It is easier to rant on the Pally. Yeah, the rotation is simple. I'm wearing a shield. We're fighting low-level stuff. Yeah. I mean, I won't beat a dead horse, but I will rant at it. I don't think I'm doing this one. Yeah, that's the end of the, that's to get Resurrect or whatever, and I don't need it. I'm gonna get it out of my log, so I can stop staring at it and wondering what the hell is going on with it. And, yeah, we're gonna go into Lochmadan. Yeah, we're going into Lochmadan. Absolutely. Yeah, it probably would give a little bit of XP. I'm just gonna pass on it. I'll go kill 6 more things, you know. We did a few of the back and forth ones that had already given us some XP for that quest chain, so we already got some XP out of the quest chain. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm good. I'll go kill things. I promise to kill X amount of more things, okay? Yeah, I promise I'll kill. It's gonna be more exciting to kill X amount of more things than to run all the way down there when I don't have anything else going on down that way. I'll kill some more stuff here. Remember to get the flight point? Yes. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the flight point. Yeah, we're gonna go right up to Karanos, and we're gonna work on like the cooking quest and the rat tunneler ears, and eventually we'll do In Defense of the King's Lands. Yep, we transitioned from winter into spring. Very nice. It's so nice. Yeah, Brian says, people tell me that I'm not really playing until I reach endgame in retail. Meanwhile, I'm having a blast getting my first wand shooting boars in Elwyn Forest. Right, exactly. Exactly, and you're doing it in an environment where, like, no one is telling you that what you're doing doesn't matter. Like, no one's like, oh yeah, you're wasting your time? Should buy a boost? Just buy a boost, you're wasting your time and nothing matters right now, buy a boost.
Safe travels.
Yeah, it fucking sucks to play an MMO that, like, where the whole idea, the whole community, like, it's just like only the endgame matters. And then, like I said, it's not even like the endgame stuff matters for long. It's just like that's the rotating content wheel that you need to put yourself in. If you're gonna get anything out of retail, you need to get yourself to endgame and put yourself in the rotating wheel. And you don't come out of the wheel. Because the problem is, unlike a hamster wheel where, like, it only spins when the hamster gets in it, this fucking wheel goes non-stop 24/7 every day, every week, every month. The wheel keeps going. It's going to be hard to jump back into that wheel if you ever get out of it, because the wheel just goes faster and faster and faster. So not only do you have to get to the point in endgame where you're in the content wheel, you have to stay in it. You can't come out of it, because you're gonna try to get back in, you're gonna fall flat on your face. It's like trying to jump back onto a treadmill that's going at top speed. It's a horrible experience. And even if you do it, it's still horrible because you've had no time to warm back up. I don't think Mythic Plus is fun for anybody unless they're doing it in a static group. Unless they're doing it in a static group of, like, friends or guildies that they like to play with, that's probably the only way it's super enjoyable. Otherwise, it's stressful, or it's toxic, or it's just you rushing. Like, it's probably only really enjoyable if you've got a static group of people that all love it. So for the 12 people that are like that, Mythic Plus is really good content. For everyone else, not so much. Especially for the 80% of people who play mostly solo.
What's on your mind?
Do I want to make this my home? I think so.
Off with you.
Yes.
What can I do for you?
Herbalism is maxed out. I'm glad I checked now. We have managed to max out rank 1 of Herbalism. Let's find the Herbalism trainer, who is right over here, conveniently enough.
Welcome.
Yeah, we'll be flying back to Ironforge eventually, so if I didn't grab the flight points, we will be getting it soonish. Especially now that our Hearthstone is bound here.
What can I do for you?
There's no way we can leave here now,
What
basically,
can I
without
do
grabbing
for
the
ya?
flight point.
See you soon. Great to meet you. Keep your feet on the ground. Be good. No. Safe travels.
What's skinning at? Skinning is at 100 out of 150, so we have a little bit of time on skinning still. Yeah, so we have a breadcrumb up here at the Flight Master anyway.
How are you? Be good. Watch your back. Be good.
Alright, before I do anything else, I'm going to step away for 5 minutes. I need to bio, I need to stretch my legs, I need to maybe think about refilling my coffee. Give me 5 minutes, guys, and then we'll be back at it. If you can't stick around for 5 minutes, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your day. For everyone else, I'll be back soon. Soon. We'll do soon. It'll be soon. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Alright, we are back. My wife has impeccable timing, and she had somehow managed to craft a delicious BLT right as I was coming up the stairs. So yeah, I devoured that. And now we're good to go. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. So we're going to focus on this and this. Rat tunnel ears, boar intestines, bear meat, spider ichor. Let's see if we have decent drop rates today. Of the 3 mobs for this quest, there's always one of them that, like, doesn't seem to spawn in a lot. It's usually boars, yeah. It is usually boars. Oh. I'm gonna try to grab a couple of these guys at once here. Well, that one got tagged by somebody else. That one got tagged by somebody else. Great, great, great. Oh, we got the tag on this one. Okay, good, good, good. We got one of them out of 2. There we go. Mr. Wheels, good afternoon. Thanks for stopping by. At least the respawn rate seems to be doing its work today. It's still going to be a low drop rate, but they are popping in quickly enough. Anubis, it's your first time looking at this zone? Oh, it's a beautiful zone. There's not a ton of stuff to do here. We don't spend a lot of time here compared to places like Westfall or Elwyn. But yeah, aesthetically, it's one of my favorite zones. Super chill and relaxing. Whitney, good afternoon. Thanks for stopping by. Nice. Alright, level 14. Let's finish off Divine Strength. Now, after this, I don't really know where we go next. We're probably not going to go right into Protection, because yeah, I don't think any of these are super sexy. A lot of the Protection talents seem like they are better suited to if you were fighting bosses. Because a lot of them rely on you getting crit, which in a shorter fight, we're not going to be crit hardly at all. So, we might go down just to grab Improved Seal of Righteousness. Increase the damage done by Seal of Righteousness and Judgment of Righteousness by 3%. This is the bread and butter of what we're going to be doing. I think it'd be really smart to at least come this far down. Now, I don't think we have to go down much farther unless we want to grab Consecrate. Unless we want to grab Consecrate. I don't see anything else down here that I really want, so we'll grab this. And then I think we gotta grab Improved Blessing of Might. Yeah. Yeah, we might grab Consecrate. If I want to tank a little bit, then grabbing Consecrate would be a really good idea. So we'll kind of play it by ear. I might spend the 1 point just to get it. And then we have to come over here. I'd like to grab this. I'd like to be able to parry. Like, having a higher chance to parry would help us. Decreasing the cooldown of Judgment, you know, that's going to be more DPS, but it's going to be more throughput, which is going to be more mana spent. So I'm not sure. Not really using a lot of this, and we know we're not grabbing this. So we'll see. We'll kind of feel it out. We can move on now and stop fighting the same spider over and over again. Yeah, I don't think I'm trying to build up like an AoE build. I really don't think, and if I do that, I want to do it when we have all the talent points we need to make it good. Right? Like if we wanted to do like full protection, I want to do it when I can spec a lot more points into it. Like I don't want to build through it now because it's going to be really weak for leveling. If we do take a look at this later, I want it to be when we can put like 30 points into it. So maybe it's something we look at around level 40 or so. Yeah. Maybe it's something we look at level 40 or so. 41 then. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll revisit it then. And that could be a fun time. I don't want to work into the protection tree because it's kind of crap for leveling early on. So we'll look at it when it can be fun. Yeah, we're not going Seal of Command. I would not go Seal of Command. I hate Seal of Command. Even if I had a two-hander, I would not do Seal of Command. I hate relying on the chance. I hate it feeling like a slot machine pull. I don't get any endorphins when it procs. I just get annoyed when it's not doing its thing. And I don't like Seal of Command at all. I've had enough time on the Paladin in the past to learn that I don't like Seal of Command. I'm going to stick with Seal of Righteousness. And we'll kind of go from there. You think precision in the prot tree looks good early on? Is it first tier? It's not first tier. Yeah, I don't want to work down to it. Maybe, but yeah, it would be nice to hit more. Absolutely. But I really want to get into deflection. Maybe we have a build early on that's like just a lot of the top rows. Like we do devotion aura for the increased armor. We do precision. We do blessing of might to get down into deflection, and we've done this to get down into seal of righteousness. So maybe early on we have a build where we're like in 2 tiers of all of the trees, and then we kind of go from there. What level is the rogue right now? The VOD will be going out tonight. I have a video. I don't remember what level I got to be honest. I don't recall the level. I don't recall. But next video for the rogue will go out this evening. So I won't be able to get on late this evening because I have to watch the Vikings and the Eagles. I don't have to. I want to. And I might get on in the early afternoon. Once I pick up my kid from school, depending on what he wants to do this afternoon. If he wants to do stuff with me, then I'm gonna do stuff with him. If he wants to have like alone time like he often does, like after he gets home from school, then I might get back on here for an hour or so. We'll see. The rogue is 13 right now. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Jason. And it's easy to tell because I hardly ever type into the chat, so it's easy to know which one of us is typing into the chat because it's hardly ever going to be me. Did we get the flight point? Yeah. Pretty sure. We had a little breadcrumb to talk to the guy, so pretty sure we got it. I know that I notoriously don't grab flight points, but this time we got it. It's not going to be another Undercity flight point situation. Where it got so bad that people thought I was trolling them by like purposely not grabbing it. But the reality was, I just kept forgetting. The time in Westfall I left before grabbing it. Yeah, this time we took the flight back to Stormwind. So this time I know I got it, because we flew back, yeah. I do remember a time when we just didn't grab it. Yeah, there have been many times that I have not grabbed a flight point that I ought to have. Most of those times it's because I say, oh, we gotta grab the flight point. And then my brain says, oh, cool, that's done. Oh, you said it. You said it. It's done. Good job. Good job, buddy. You did it. And so my brain checks the box for me. Like, it checks the box prematurely. And then I just never think about it again. You know? It's just something wrong with the way that my brain is wired, or how it has been rewired. Alex, good evening, man. Thanks for being here. Robert, you're in the path of the hurricane. I am sorry. That is awful. I can't imagine. I don't know what I would do. I would not handle it well, and so it's better that I never live in a place that can get a hurricane. But I feel like hurricanes are kind of unpredictable these days. They end up sometimes going into places that are not like traditionally hurricane zones. I guess, like, the thing is, like, the part of the hurricane that I'm not okay with is the part where I might have to evacuate and leave all my shit behind. That's kind of the part that I'm, like, least okay with. If it's just, like, a hurricane and you can stay, like, I don't know how people handle it, but if there's ways to handle it, that's fine. But the worst part about it for me is the idea that, you know, evacuation. Like, enforced or recommended evacuation. I would not be able to handle that from, like, an anxiety standpoint. Like, sure, go stay at a hotel for a couple days and then just cross your fingers and hope that all your shit is fine and that you have a home when you come back. That level of anxiety, I don't want to experience. "5 days without power." Yeah, that would really suck. Now, if it was 5 days without power, and my house wasn't flooded, and my house was intact, then I could make it. But if you add in those other factors, like either house is flooded now, and no power, or house is not really intact, and no power, then that's the part where, like, it starts to fall over.
What's on your mind? Watch your back. Off with you. Watch your back. Be good. Off with you.
Nice. Yeah, I guess if you have a generator and, like, other things to, like, help deal with, like, not having the power, it could be okay. Like I said, as long as my house was intact, I would find a way to survive. We had a summer in Missouri where we had about 6 days without power. And it was during the worst heat as well, so we had, like, battery-powered fans and stuff. My son was, like, really little then, and it was like, we made it through. It was not pleasant, but we got through it. Chainblaze, welcome to the stream, man. How's the Pally treating me? It's going really well. I'm very much enjoying it. Very happy that I made the choice, that I pulled the trigger, that you guys were kind of supporting what I wanted to do, and have allowed me to be back here on the Paladin. It's a lot of fun. We probably could do the miner's gear, but I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna go into that mine until we are a bit of a higher level. Yeah, I feel like we're making pretty good progress. This afternoon stream is going to be a little bit shorter than others, though, because my son has early release from school. I may get on around, like, 4 o'clock or so to play for a couple hours before dinner. But that's going to depend on a couple of things. I want to be on the Paladin as much as I can, because I'm having a great time. And I have the feeling that we're going to go far. I think this is the one. So, yeah. Alex, RFC soon? Wait, damn it. Nah, see, that's the only downside of the Alliance. The questing is so nice, the questing is so good, the zones are so good. But yeah, early level dungeons and just, like, dungeon access. Kinda limited. But the good thing is, I feel like Dead Mines has better loot than Wailing Caverns and RFC. Wailing Caverns has a couple of blues that can jump. I feel like the loot is better in Dead Mines. So there's that, you know. We could run it a bunch. There's no Aragorn fight. Although, yeah, the Van Cleef fight with his ads. That fight can be tough. I'm always like in question of the best method. Whether to focus the ads down first or focus him down and ignore the ads, try to keep him CC'd. Because I feel like if you focus the ads down first, doesn't he just summon more ads? Can't he summon a second wave of his henchmen? Yeah, I feel like CCing the ads, or like CCing one and then ignoring the other one, and just killing him is probably the way to go. Yeah, I feel like one time we killed both ads, and then he just fucking summoned more ads, and we're like, okay, I'm the boss. I'm the boss now, ads are back. 2 waves, yeah, no, F that. So next time we do it, let's CC one of them, and let's ignore the other, and let's just focus fire the boss, because that shit got a little scary for a minute when the second group of ads came out. I kind of didn't feel good about it. So, yeah, I don't want to do that again. Alright, a bear. I worry about that, Strat Alex, because I felt like when I healed it, I felt like by that second wave, I was That having to deal with the second wave at all was really frightening as a healer. Because I didn't have the mana that I wanted to have. It did not feel good. I felt like it would have been better to like, maybe even, can you just kill one of the ads? Can you kill one ad and will he still resummon, or do you have to kill both for him to resummon? Or does he summon 2 waves regardless of like what happens? Will we end up, if we ignore the ads, will we end up with 4 ads? I guess that's important. If we ignore the first 2 ads, is he just going to summon 2 more anyway? Yeah, in that case we have to kill the ads. Or just have someone who can throw some off heals. maybe some off heals would just be a better way to deal with it. Second wave spawns at 50% no matter what. Depressing. Yeah, I don't really like that fight. It's not as bad as the Aragorn fight, but it's still pretty crap. Okay, so we're only looking for spiders. Let's head over in this direction. We do need to find some more tunnel rat kobolds. Somewhere. We only have 1 ear. Yeah, we're really just slacking on the tunnel rats. You can stop the second wave if you time it properly. Yeah. I guess I need to pay a little bit more attention to like when he summons the second ads. Hammer of Justice and rate at 50%. It sounds like it might be hard for me to time, but I can try it. I might have to. Yeah, it might be hard to like exactly time that unless he has some kind of animation that he starts to do when he's going to summon them out. But yeah. J-Tom, the only characters that have died have been both of the warriors. Yeah, you know, we played the mage a little bit. We played the shaman a little bit. They're just sitting on the bench. I decided a couple days ago that I really wanted to play a pally again, and a lot of people seem to support that idea. And so now we're focusing the pally. But yeah, the only characters we lost have been the 2 warriors. Yeah, all the orcs. Rip our lovely orc ladies. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about the Pally. I mean, I feel like if I got the 47 on Bloodstone Buccaneers without being able to buy gear, without doing any dungeons, without having anybody to play with, I feel like the odds are kind of in my favor. As long as I'm like relatively reasonable. I don't even think I have to be super careful. I think I have to be relatively reasonable, which is a lot easier for someone like me who's kind of impatient. It's a lot easier for me to be relatively reasonable than to be super careful. So, yeah. Blood Moon, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Did I leave one behind? Yeah. Not surprising. The only characters that have died are the 2 warriors. I could pin that, but I mean, I'm fine just answering the question. It is asked infrequently enough that I don't mind answering it. Yeah, the warriors are dead. The other toons on the horde side are just on the bench right now. They are on the bench. We will dust them off one day. Maybe when she starts needing rested XP, would be a good time to dust off probably the mage. Yeah, probably the mage for something totally different. Inventory is full. Okay, okay. Let's just shoot right back to town and we will dump our inventory and we'll keep going. Yeah, you know, the second warrior made it to 27. It's better than 18, you know. It's almost 10 levels. It was sad. It didn't have to happen, you know, but it did. I can't sell boar intestines, bear meat, or spider ichor. I'm not selling this. I'm not selling this because I can cook it. The light hide I can get rid of. Spider ichor is what I need. I'm good to sell that. I'm good to sell this. Okay. We can maybe do a little bit of cooking. That will help. Yeah, caves are bad. Caves are bad. You gotta go into caves, but it turns out that you can't pull an entire cave and expect anything but death. Yeah, I jumped down under false pretenses and pulled a bunch of people that I didn't have to. I'm loving the dwarf, but we're a pally. I'm loving the dwarf pally. Yeah, it's nice. I think the next time I try a warrior, if I try a warrior again in the future, it's probably gonna be a night elf. It'll increase the difficulty. Alright, back to the vendor.
Welcome.
Now 25 is a good stopping point, Mike. Yeah. It's pretty good, man. I need a first aid trainer. Yeah, I need to learn heavy linen. I don't want to. I'm gonna make these up to 50. I'm pretty sure 50 is where we can learn heavy linen. But I need to hold them until then. J-Time, you're considering a Starfield hardcore run on the hardest difficulty? It seems hard. Yeah. It seems hard. Is there a hardcore setting in Starfield, or do you have to just do like the honor system? Or is there a way to have the game just like not let your guy revive?
Safe travels.
It'd be self-imposed. Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, if you love the game, yeah. Have you beat the game yet? Like, have you beat the base game? Or do you just think it'd be more interesting to try it as a hardcore? The only really fun that I have in Starfield is like I've had fun watching Carnage try to figure out how he wants to play the game. I've been like seeing his playlist go up and watching the first video was like why I rushed the main story and did New Game Plus. And the next video was like why you maybe shouldn't rush the main story and do New Game Plus. And the next video was why you should not do New Game Plus. I was like, okay. Dude wants to enjoy the game and have fun. He seems like he's having a really hard time doing that, though. Yeah, I mean, for the hardcore, you would want to do, like, a slower roll, right? If you were actually trying to, like, roleplay that death was death, you'd probably play a lot differently. We could fight a couple of these guys, but we don't need to. Daniel, that's awesome, man. First classic hardcore character. Now, keep in mind the average character lives to level 9, so don't get discouraged if you lose the first one early. And just go slow and have a good time. Oh, somebody healed me. I did not need that heal, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Tim, good evening, man. Thanks for being here. Gim, things are actually dying at a decent pace, even as prot. Yeah, it's okay. Like, I don't mind at all. As long as I'm not dying at a decent pace, I really don't mind. Yeah, it seems absolutely fine to me. I think that we're probably... no, we're good. I think we could probably get a new weapon at level 15. And we could probably get a new shield right now. We should shop for a shield today. And take a look at the weapon situation. And that'll help. Why is this guy showing up that he's tagged for me? Does that make sense to anybody? He was missing HP. But he showed up that I could tag him. That was a little bit weird. Dave, you made a sword and board pally too? We're going holy prot? Yeah, I think we're going to be all over the place. I think we started in holy. We're going to grab righteousness. We might grab consecration. We're going to grab blessing of might and deflection. And we're going to grab devotion aura. And maybe precision, maybe toughness. I don't know. That's a tough one. And then we'll have to go from there. We're going to have kind of an interesting, like, all over the place build. For a little while, at least. When we hit level 41, then we'll look at, like, full prot and see if full prot is an option around level 41. Yeah, I'm trying to build something pretty tanky. So, I think, like, stacking the armor and stuff like that. I don't want to go into any, like, the shield talents. The shield blocking talents kind of require you to get crit. Which would probably be really useful in boss fights, but is not as useful in, like, short encounters while you're leveling up. Alright, all of my elixirs are off. Let's go ahead and put those back up. Anubis, have a good rest of the day, man. We'll see you next time. It's the YOLO ones. YOLO prop build, yes. Yeah, I feel like it. We're just gonna try to live, and like I don't mind the kill rate. I don't care if it's slow. As long as it's slow and I don't have to like full heal, drink all my mana back after every fight, then I don't really mind. The Ret Pally was slow too, but you had to full heal and drink all your mana back every single fight. I really do want to work on the tunnel rat ears, but besides this mine up here, I don't feel like there are a lot of spots that have a lot of them. I'm just not finding a lot of them. Yeah, I don't care if we go slow. What I did hate about the Ret Pally when he didn't have a weapon though was that it's not only that we were going slow, it's that we had to full heal and sit and drink. Full heal, sit and drink, full heal, sit and drink. I would rather have the fights be longer, but be able to like pull a few guys in a row before having to sit and drink. That would be ideal. If I can fight 3 green enemies before I have to sit and drink, that's kind of like my quota. I want to be able to fight 3 underlevel enemies before I have to drink all my mana back. That would be ideal. If we can maintain that, then I don't really care how slow each combat is. Chainblaze, have a good rest of your day, man. We'll see you later. We'll try to stay alive. Yeah. I don't even think I'm going to focus on working in Seal of Crusader. I think Seal of Crusader is going to be good for like boss fights, just to deal some extra holy damage, but I'm not going to waste the mana on doing Seal of Crusader every pull. I'm going to focus on exactly what we've been doing. And we're gonna buff Seal of Righteousness up. And we're going to save the points that we would otherwise spend on Seal of Crusader. We're going to put them somewhere else. Stompy, yeah, I was doing solo self-found on the Paladin before. So yes, I had a 12 level old green that was only mediocre to begin with. Yeah, it was a quest reward green item. It was never super awesome even when I got it. 12 levels later, it was horrible. And since it was solo self-found, I was not able to find a better weapon. And that was when I retired the Paladin. I couldn't do it anymore. Obviously, like being able to, I had 80 or 90 gold. Like, had I been able to go to the auction house, the problem would have been solved. The character would have got the 60, and he'd be parked right now. But yeah, I couldn't get a weapon. There was a time when I got a blue shield, and then I couldn't find a one-hander to pair it with. I couldn't even get like a green one-hander. So yeah, it was just, it was tough. Solo self-found on the Paladin was tough. You know, solo self-found is good for casters. If you do solo self-found, I realize you should play a caster, because on a caster, most of your DPS is coming from your spell ranks, and a lot of your DPS is not coming from your gear. So yeah, casters for solo self-found, and then melee, much more enjoyable on the official server. Not a bad idea, Nemo. Not a bad. I can macro Judgment and Seal of Righteousness together, so when I judge, the seal is reapplied. But to be fair, then I'd have less buttons to push. Even less button pushing? I appreciate that. That's a good idea. Here, we'll see if I can write it. If I can write it myself, then we can use it. If I fail at writing it, then we won't. Let's see. New. I want it to still look like Judgment. Am I just not ever gonna see it? Oh god. All icons. Spells? I don't know if it's a spell. Ah, I see it. Okay, so... Let's see. Okay. Alright. I do like it. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you guys. I try not to be too obstinate. I was almost obstinate and I almost didn't do it. I almost didn't use it at all. But yeah, sure. Let's do that. It's okay to have macros. I've never been a big macro person, but yeah, it's okay. This works. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna burn too much mana that way because that's what I'm doing anyway. I'm judging and then I'm immediately reapplying Seal of Righteousness so I can judge it again. No, I'm not gonna burn a lot of mana because I'm not working in Seal of the Crusader at all. So no, the macro is gonna be the exact same thing that I was already doing basically. Yeah, I'm okay with the amount of mana that it's burning right now. Yeah, it's been fine right now. And so yeah, I cannot judge, like I don't have to judge more than once every fight if I don't want to. You know, absolutely I can sit there and I can auto attack him if I want. I've only had to drink like one time on the character so far, so I think I got it okay. Have you seen me sit and drink today? So yeah, I think I'm fine. I appreciate it though. But yeah, I've got it. I'm not gonna burn through mana when I'm only using one seal. If I was seal weaving Seal of Crusader, and then I would be burning through mana at an incredible rate. But I've decided to not do that, so we're good. Redfire, enjoy the walk. I have been enjoying my morning walks with Goomba. It's been good to have nice weather and be able to get him out of the house for a long neighborhood walk. Kate, the Orc Warrior is dead. Yeah. I got her killed in a cave by getting overconfident and then making a handful of bad choices. But the good news is, we're back on a Paladin, and I kind of love being on the Paladin. This guy's fine to let me, like, you know, get aggro on this guy. He just runs away. He's like, oh yeah, you got this. Let me steal all the herbs you came down here for. Very fucking rude. Not only steals herbs, lets his enemy attack me. Okay. Okay, I see. I see. You can't never go in caves, but don't go into the cave all cocky like I did, and then make a bunch of bad choices. You do have to sometimes go in caves. You gotta do some quests. Now, you could choose not to do that, and then you could just go grind for a while, I guess. I like going into caves. You know? But yeah, you have to do it in a way that you're less likely to die. And that's not what I was doing. I was distracted and I was cocky. So, two bad things to be. You've noticed people are a lot more rude about taking herbs and stuff on Defias Pillager? It makes sense. Yeah, I believe that. Yep, it does seem like that. I've had lots. I've stood and like fought by stuff, and then had somebody like ran up and take it. You know, it's rude, and they know that. So the time the warrior died would have been actually the thumbnail for that episode will be part 1 for the shaman. Because, you know, we died on the warrior. I started up a shaman that day just to kind of have something to do while I was, like, decompressing from the death, basically. And so, like, the first 20 minutes of the shaman episode 1 are the warrior's last 20 minutes. And then the hour after that is me ranting about layering. And then we played the shaman for a bit. And that was about it. Thanks, Clint. Yep, that's the clip. Yeah, the biggest mistake was I jumped down. I jumped down with the thought, I was like, you know, well, maybe there's a small chance that there are other players in the cave. Maybe there's a small chance that some of those other players have killed some of the guys doing the escort quest out. Because there's that escort quest that people will take, and it takes you out on that path. And I thought, you know, maybe there's another player around. And I gambled on the wrong thing. And as Alex pointed out, I should have stood and fought and did retaliation. I probably could have killed the 4 guys if I had actually stood my ground. And so that was one mistake, just like not simply fighting it. I was ready to fight the 3 guys, and then the 4th guy came, and I panicked. I just panicked. Pretty sure I never popped retaliation. I think it was off cooldown and never used it. And I jumped down thinking, like, maybe some of the guys below are gonna be dead. It was Bloodsail Buccaneers thinking. When everybody was on the same layer, and like a lot of times in caves you'd see tons of other people. It was just a thought that did not fit with the current server. We need one more ear, and it really doesn't seem to want to drop. I feel like my floating combat text for like showing fading auras is not working, or I'm just like, I'm not seeing the fading aura for Blessing of Might. Let's see, combat text. Yeah, it got turned off again. Every time they do a fucking maintenance, my combat text gets turned off. It's incredibly annoying. And now where is the option for... Oh god, I hate that they changed this stuff. Here we go. Low health, fading auras. Okay, yeah, it just keeps getting turned off every time they do a maintenance. Alright. The drop rates are bad. I mean, it's okay because, you know, we're grinding a bunch of kill XP. But yeah, it's like we need one more. I'm sure they can just give it to us here. Nope. I think on like a tankier character, showing the damage reduction would be fun as well. Like for when we block or something, I guess. We'll see how that looks. We'll see if it gets too cluttered. It'd be less painful if the kobolds were skinnable. Yes. Yep. Grinding is always better when you can skin everything. See, my problem with this macro is like sometimes I'm hitting this while I'm out of range, so it doesn't judge. It just needlessly reapplies Seal of Righteousness. I gotta be careful about when I'm hitting it. Because that would be a way to waste some mana. Also, I mean, I'd hate to say it, but I could stand for the respawn rate to kick up a little bit more. Yeah, it could be a little bit faster, I feel like. Oh, there we go. Somebody could write that in flocks. Somebody could. Not this guy. I'll just pay more attention to if it's red or not. And our inventory is full, so yeah, kind of perfect timing. I'll turn in the cooking quest before we vendor, so that we don't sell the meat. Cleanzil died at level 1, Coldridge Valley, killed by a ragged young wolf. Level 1 is a good time to die. Yeah. It is a good time to go down if you're going to. Alex, what are you doing, man? you just testing stuff?
Well met. See you soon. What can I get for you today? Keep your feet on the ground. I've the finest wares in the land. Great to meet you. See you soon.
I think Questie gave up on working. Yeah, there we go. Now we're good.
How are you? Keep your feet on the ground. Hello. Safe travels.
Alright, let's go to Ironforge. We have a couple of things to do. I need to get first aid up. I need to get linen bandage, heavy linen bandage. We do have a breadcrumb to Ironforge. We have to train at level 14, and I want to check the auction house. So yeah, we have a couple things to do. We need to find this guy though. This guy is somewhere. He's probably hanging out at the far end of town, which is where he prefers to be. Oh, Alex, did that work? Janice, I thought so, because I thought I had some of the older ones back in the day. On like one of my ancient Kindles on my old Amazon account. So I was pretty sure I had some, but I wasn't sure if maybe they just weren't available like currently. I know for sure I have the newest 4 of the Order Chaos books on my Kindle.
See you soon.
That's what I read in the evenings to like relax if I'm having a hard time sleeping, because I've read them before.
Keep your feet on the ground.
It even showed your last words. Oh, nice. What's the name of that one, Alex? Is it the same name but like a different version? Because that's really cool. I like that. Hardcore unlocked. Alright. Alright, let's see. I could probably put myself in flight first before I look for this. That would be smart.
You got my attention. Watch your back.
Alright, hardcore unlocked. Let me take a look. I could probably update some of this stuff too. Here we go, hardcore unlocked. Alex, is there anything I need to configure to get it to show that stuff? Or is it set up by default? What is this? What's going on here? I don't understand. Okay. It can do faction wide still. I don't only. How would that work? Guild only. There we go. That's first aid trained up. I'm assuming this one has like the banner and like the class color and all that cool stuff too around it though, which I did like. It looked cool. It had a cool look to it. And then having the last words as well, having it do like the last words spoken is pretty cool. Sometimes the last word spoken can be very ironic, and that's always fun. Who do I like more, Blood Elves or Night Elves? Lore-wise and Starting Zone? Starting Zone's Blood Elves? Probably Blood Elves, yeah. I like Night Elves. But I probably like Blood Elves more. I would like Night Elves more if their females were more Amazonian and like more muscular, like they were kind of always supposed to be. But I feel like they're just blue humans with ears. They're just smaller chested blue humans with ears. So, yeah, I'd probably have to go Blood Elf. And the male Night Elves are just like so weirdly shaped. I don't even know, like I feel like they have some kind of medical disorders that they need to get looked at. Blessing of Wisdom, finally. And Holy Light rank 3. Okay. Alright, let's go take a look at the auction house. Let's see if we can get ourselves anything on the auction house. We have 4 gold, which is not a ton. And if I can't find anything in the price range, I might send some more gold over later, but we should be able to find something. I kind of want a new shield. The shield is level 7. I feel like we can do a little bit better. Maybe? Maybe. Same DPS though. Yeah, let's grab that one. Let's look for a shield. Here we go. Why am I only getting level 40 and up? Why am I only getting level 40 and up? Am I supposed to believe that there are not any chests for sale in the auction house in my in-level range? Oh, plate, son of a bitch. Thank you. Thank you. I was gonna lose my mind. I appreciate it. Oh god. Much better. Okay, okay. Here we go. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Stupid. Alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Very reasonable prices. Very good price. It's like pennies. We're paying pennies. Gee, look at this stuff. It's so well priced. Yeah, Ares, official hardcore has always allowed auction house. Yeah, it's only the solo self-found version of hardcore that does not allow auction. That's the solo self-found part. But the official hardcore servers are not solo self-found. Blizzard did say that later on they would open up some self-found servers. They would never be solo because they want you to be able to group. But they said at some point they would open up some self-found servers that did not allow for the auction house, but nothing yet unofficial. Those are future plans. All right, yeah, that's good. I think we're good. And we spent basically nothing. We spent a couple golds. We spent a gold and what, a gold and a half? Something like that. Yeah, death is there regardless of whether we can use the auction house. You know, you're gonna die no matter what. If you're gonna die no matter what. Absolutely. We seem to have lost our pants. Okay, these are the war pant leggards. I don't see that they're guarding our legs. I'm not complaining. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. There we go. I didn't look for a back. Yeah, we got a decent one anyway. But yeah, there we go, guys. That's the new set of gear. What's gonna happen is every time I go to a vendor, Leatrix is gonna vendor this. I have to keep an eye on that until we hit level 15 and can actually equip it. So yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining. Yeah, she's basically wearing panties. Yeah, she's got little side leggards. Like, I guess these are the leggards, these little things on her hips. So that's okay. You have a main artery in there somewhere, so that it's gonna protect that. Well, no, the artery might be up here more. It's fine. It's 2004 Blizzard, when they thought they were allowed to show skin. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is. Guys, I have to stop here. I have a hard stop as of 4 minutes ago. I have to go get my son from early release. I might get back on before dinner time and play a little bit more. So if I do, I'd hope to see you then. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate all the support. I'm having a ton of fun on the Paladin, as you can probably tell. And yeah, it's thanks to you guys. Until next time, take care of yourselves out in the real world and take care of each other. And we'll see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.